So we're now ready for the startup part of the event. So it's an exciting startup pitch session, which I believe there are 9 different startups that will be sort of showcasing innovation across different areas, all focused evidently around well-being with artificial intelligence. But I think this is a fantastic opportunity to witness some of the entrepreneurial spirit that Italy has at its core and does at its best. So please enjoy these presentations. Hold your questions for the end. I think that's what we agreed to. And to facilitate this session, I'd like to invite Monsieur Yves Renaud to lead the discussion and guide us through these pitches.
Buongiorno a tutti. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the pitch session. I'm absolutely excited. So my name is Yves Renaud, and it's a true privilege to be here with you this morning as we showcase the innovative work of some incredible startups. As it was mentioned before, this is a unique opportunity to see firsthand how talent, technology, and creativity are being brought together to shape the future, especially in the context of AI, which, as we've seen thus far in the forum, is transforming industries globally. The theme of the forum is nurturing our well-being with AI. Today, you will see how these startups are working towards this goal by addressing a wide range of challenges, from enhancing healthcare and well-being, to improving business efficiency, to finding sustainable solutions for our everyday needs. We have 9 startups here with us, and each has a story to tell, a problem to solve, and a vision to share. These entrepreneurs have been working smart and hard to bring their ideas to life, and today, they have just 4 minutes each to present their journey, their innovation, and their aspirations to you. As you listen to each pitch, I encourage you to keep in mind the transformative potential that lies in collaboration. Whether you are from venture capital, academia, or part of the broader innovation ecosystem, this session is all about connection that can spark the next big opportunity or bring these visions into reality. How the pitch session will work now, each startup will have 4 minutes to present themselves with a very limited slideshow, given the time constraint and the fact that you can meet each startup at their respective tables for further discussions. You will also find appropriate contact information for each startup on the Italian Chamber of Commerce website. We will be moving in alphabetical order, and I will briefly introduce each startup before they take the stage. Please take note of any questions or insights you'd like to share during the short Q&A period we will have later in the session. These entrepreneurs are here to not only showcase their hard work, but also to learn, adapt, and connect. Your feedback and questions are invaluable in helping them refine their offerings and make meaningful steps forward. Let us together create an environment that is supportive, open, and engaged. For me, this is the essence of what innovation is all about, a collaborative effort to address challenges and bring meaningful changes to the world. So without further ado, and the slide is already there, that's perfect. I will introduce the first startup. We have BeFreezed. They are working on an innovative solution that tackles air quality inside buildings, among other things. Please welcome BeFreezed and Fabio to the stage.
I talk without a microphone, so if you hear me, say yes. Okay, thank you. I'm Fabio Cerino. I'm CEO and founder of Bifrista, an innovative startup based in Taranto. I'm partner of Calliope project, and I want to share with you. And I want to share with you our solution to transform a health city and the smart city in health city. We know that there is a big issue if the slide goes wrong. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Air pollution is a big problem in the world. We have 8 million died because of air pollution. 50% more or less for outdoor air quality, and the other part for indoor air quality. And we have also people that is exposed to particularly to this problem. To solve this, we have developed an entire ecosystem based on 3 parts. The first is a IoT device that collects data when you go around your city regarding pollution and capture information every 30 seconds when you go around the city. The second part is an app that is important to inform the people about the risk that they occur when they go around the city during their path, but the core is an entire engine, AI and algorithm stack that is useful to put this data on the map, but also to integrate and correlate data coming from our customer with the exposition, direct exposition that the customer emit during the path. So the problem is very high. In Canada, we have 4.7 million that is affected by asthma. 25 people is affected by allergies, and 2.5 million is affected by heart disease. So there is a fragile people that we could help informing them in real time about the risk that they meet during their life. Yes. Okay, stop. So the business model is very simple because we provide an app with a monthly fee of €2. And if you think to serve 200,000 people in area Montreal, you can calculate immediately how much money we can income every year. In this moment, we are searching for a partner, a capital partner, to increase our and scale up our solution that we are testing right now in the municipality of Taranto. So you can meet me in the desk in the corridor, and great. Thank you at all.
Really clear. Thanks very much. Now we have Fore, an AI-driven machine learning solution for managing water networks. Please welcome Fore and Giuseppe to the stage. Is Giuseppe in the room? He's not. Okay, no worries. We're going to move on to the next. Next up will be Icarus. Icarus helps patients manage chronic diseases and post-operative care, among other things. So let's welcome Icarus and Antonio.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Sorry for my voice. Thank you very much, Yves, for the presentation. Actually, in Northern America, over 50% of patients with chronic disease fail to follow their routine. On the other side, doctors and their organizations for each consult got an average of 6 calls or messages to get answered. Now, Icarus wants to solve this problem. Most of these questions, obviously, are not really relevant for the therapy, but nevertheless, they need to be answered, and they need a personalized answer. Icarus is an AI agent based on our own proprietary LLM that actually can be accessible for cell phone, laptops, whatever, even VR, and give the patients all the information they need for. Icarus has two very important features. First, the validation, because not only we train the model with the literature, but we have a platform of real doctors that validate the answers of the model that gives us a very high accuracy level. And second, we have a very light system that can work totally offline. So do you need to be connected to the Wi-Fi to get address. This is a great advantage for the privacy of data, but also it can work in remote areas. We have an incredible team. My name is Antonio, but we have an experienced team in startups business, in IT and AI, but also healthcare professionals. Where we are, we have delivered a working product. We have tested it in 3 facilities in Italy. And we have a readiness of TLR 8. So we are working into a relevant ambient. We would like very much to have a partner in Canada to test the system in the North American market. So if there are any organization that would like to try it, we are here for that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Clear message. Everybody's respecting the time and even doing better, so appreciate it. Keep in mind, we're going to have a brief period question period for the end. I'm told that 4 is in the room now. 4? Yes, please come back. Your turn now. You've already been introduced. So just as a friendly, no worries, no worries. Oh, please, by all means.
Okay, interesting. ACDLO, let's check if it works. Yes. So welcome everybody. My name is Giuseppe Diodati and I represent the startup Fore. We were born 3 years ago in Padua, but now we have like operational headquarters in Taranto, so that's why we're here with Regione Puglia and CTA Calliope. So basically we are 3 shareholders that you can see in these incredible pictures. I always want to share this picture because the most important thing for me is that my shareholders are also my friends, so it's a privilege to work with your friends and we don't have to take this for granted. The 3 of us, we have a similar academic path. We all studied engineering, but in different fields. But we had the opportunity to work in one of the, let's say, the leading company in Italy for the water network monitorings. And in this experience we actually noticed that managing many monitoring campaigns in the water network, we had the opportunity to see little campaigns with very few instruments installed in the networks, or very big and huge campaigns with thousands of instruments, but the problems were always the same. First, that the water utilities or the public entities managing the water network have the problem of collecting lots of data, but not using them properly, using just a little part of them. And secondly, the interpretation of this data are always not very clear, because usually water utilities take decisions based their decision process on data that are not always reliable. So what we basically decided is to tackle this problem by, let's say, melting together the fluid dynamic experience and data science and deep learning in order to design an algorithm, classification algorithm, which can firstly validate the data, so understand which data are good or not, and which sorts of error can be removed from the bad data. So using deep learning algorithm, we can cleanse or clean up the data, the bad data from the sources of error, and reconstruct the measure lost on the network, which is a typical problem of the water network. So after these, let's say, series of activities, we can gone and design our algorithm, our, let's call it deep learning algorithm based on graph neural networks. And with this technology, we can, yes, make a provision of what is going to happen on the networks in the next days, and also carry on a virtualization of the network, which means reducing by at least the 60% the amount of instruments in the networks, and so make a parallel functioning between the instruments, providing data, measuring environmental parameters online, and digital twin, which is working together with the physical instruments. This basically is like a game changer, because for the water utilities, in Italy we have the water utilities. Here in Canada, as far as I acknowledged, is a bit different. I mean, every municipality is managing their own water network, which is like something happening also in other countries of Europe. But in the end, the problem is always the same, especially when you have a very little structure like little municipalities. And the thing is, investing a lot of money in, in order to try to get a good outcome. And our solution can provide to the water network entity first, a reduction in capex, so the investment in instruments is reduced by a very big amount of money. And secondly, and basically I think the most important part, the decrease in OPEX. So the maintenance of the instruments, the maintenance of the monitoring of the water network is always a big issue especially for the little councils. And all of this can be a solution that can also reduce the time that a water network entity needs to use to understand what is really happening in networks, and then take the right decisions in the shortest time in order to tackle the problems that they can face. So yeah, as I was saying before, our market, referment market, is like the water utilities, or anyways the public and private entities which are involved in the water network monitoring process. So, for example, yesterday I was speaking to a very interesting guy who came here to listen to what I had to say, and he told me that here in Canada there are many companies which are like available to develop some collaboration and cooperation in order to help the little municipalities, especially, which are very, very, struggling about these problems, in order to develop intelligent systems to solve their issues. And that's all. Thank you so much. Grazie.
Good job. Thank you. Yes. Don't go too far. There could be questions. Now we have Includia. Includia is working on inclusivity through technology and AI, so we welcome Includia and Carla to the podium. Carla, there you go.
Good morning. Okay. My name is Marta Luesma. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Includia. Includia is an innovative startup that works on inclusion and accessibility through technology, specifically through immersive technologies and cloud platforms. But I would like to start giving you some data. As it's been told yesterday, in 2022, 27% of European population, in Canada is the same data, over the age of 60 had some kind of disability. As people age, the likelihood of having a disability increases. In an increasingly technological world, inclusion and accessibility remains significant challenges. Despite all the technological advances, people with disabilities or special needs continue to encounter barriers that limit their participation and access to essential services. these issues can affect negatively quality of life, education, job opportunities, cultural participation. This is where Includia comes in. Includia, as I said before, addresses the issues of inclusion and accessibility in medical, cultural, educational, and training sectors by using immersive technologies and cloud platforms. One of our characteristics is that we develop our technologies entirely in-house, which makes full owners of them. This capability allows us to fully customize our technology to meet the special needs of the customers, of each customer, by developing tailored and impactful solutions. Some examples of the application of our technologies: we created immersive tools that enhance learning for individuals on autistic spectrum. In mental health sector, we created a metaverse to engage and manage well-being of young people, of teenagers. Additionally, we created inclusive and accessible platforms for libraries and museums, making cultural content available to people of all abilities. Our primary customers are private and public companies, educational and cultural institutions, healthcare providers and hospitals, HR departments, and social economy entities. In this forum, we are seeking partnerships and investments to scale our solutions and bring them to more organizations globally. We are looking for investors who share our vision of inclusion, and companies interested in piloting our solutions, our technology, to foster more inclusive digital and physical environments. And last but not least, we are seeking partners to collaborate in European Horizon goals. Thank you.
Thank you, Carla. Next up is IQC, which focuses on the digital improvement of the performance of management systems, processes, products, and people skills. Please welcome IQC and Damien to the stage.
Bonjour. Buongiorno. Good morning. I'm Damien Molyneux from IQC. When I was growing up in England many years ago, there was an ad on TV for Remington electric razors where the guy said, I like the product so much I bought the company. In a previous job where I was a CEO of a manufacturing company, I was working with IQC, and I had the pleasure to get to know the team. I know them very well, and the products. Didn't have enough money to buy the company, so I did the next best thing, which was join them. So I've been with them since the beginning of July. Now, marketers. Any marketers in here? Oh, good, I can say that. Oh, no, there's one. Okay, yeah, I'll be careful. In marketing on TV ads, I haven't seen any TV in Canada, or much TV, but certainly in Italy, they're throwing AI at you in every ad that's on TV. Even my golf clubs, apparently, were designed using AI. Now, I'm not going to say that they didn't do it, but I'd like to see if they can prove it. And that's where IQC comes in. IQC was formed in 2014 by a group of people who were in the test, inspection, certification industries. They left that industry because they wanted to see how the new digital technology, which was blockchain at the time, could impact quality control and control of processes. Still today, they believe in traceability, transparency, and being able to verify data. And obviously the technology, the pillars of the technology which the platforms are built have moved on from blockchain, and we're now NFTs, generative AI, and industrial Internet of Things. So what's that got to do with a forum on AI and health and well-being? Well, some of our platforms are being used in sanification, in hospitals, sanitization industries. One use case was there's an association in Italy which sets best practice and standards for that industry. And one of their members, using our platform, certifies the qualifications of their people, the products that they use, when they did the cleaning. The whole process is certified in blockchain. A patient in a hospital recently contracted, unfortunately, a disease and decided to sue the hospital. The hospital obviously didn't want to pay, so they passed it on to the contractor. And the contractor went to the judge and said, look, we did all this, it's all certified in blockchain. The judge said, thank you very much, it's okay, you're free, you can go. So the hospital was in it. So that's one of the uses of some of our platforms. We have another platform which is digital badges, so nurses, healthcare workers, and HR managers can trace and keep all their skills, qualifications in a digital way with an NFT, blockchain, and they can be, they know what competencies they've got within the organization, and also on the staff side of things, they can prove that they've done their courses, or if they need retraining, they know the expiry dates and what they can do. All of these products have some AI in them. So basically, what IQC is about is do what you say what you do for the marketers, and then prove it, and we're the prove it part. So why am I here? We're looking for, firstly, it's a fact-finding mission, trying to find out a little bit more about if our products can be used in the market, and if you feel that your why is aligned with our why, then please come and see me in the hall afterwards. And then obviously, not to be a hypocrite, I have to prove it. So yeah, okay. Thank you very much.
Good job, Damien, thanks. Next startup will be MatClick. MatClick specializes in AI for remote sensing with an innovative water sensor, among other things. So please welcome MatClick. Good morning.
Okay, so very glad to be here, and I'll be brief. So let's see if it works. Trying to go ahead. Should I do something different, or? Oh, that's nice. Okay. So, okay. That's for sure. That's for sure. So, okay. So we do, actually our mission is to apply AI to remote sensing, specifically in the water. We tend to like to be in the water, and if it's salt water, is better. But the idea is that we use AI in a slightly different thing, in an embedded way, what's called edge AI, within the sensor, within the device. Specifically, what I'm talking now is a sensor which is used for water quality, or more precisely to analyze the chemical composition of seawater, and not only seawater, but particularly seawater. To analyze, for example, the amount of dissolved CO2. Probably you know that, well, you certainly know that CO2 dynamics and the cycle of CO2 is one of the key scientific and social issues at the moment, and is one of the drivers of climate change. And all the models that are used, and that are used to make decisions for policy and for our future, are based on a simulation of the cycle of CO2, which goes from the water to the air and back. And this cycle goes, in particular, one of the chains of this cycle is dissolved water, CO2 in seawater. Actually, seawater captures a lot of the CO2 which is in the atmosphere, and if this sink wasn't there, we would be in a very much worse situation. But these models, they run on simulations, and they try to estimate the amount of dissolved CO2 in seawater because the devices that are used to compute directly the amount of CO2 in seawater are, let me say, very primitive, and especially they are not well adapted to be deployed, for example, on buoys, on drifter buoys at sea in an unattended way, which is what is needed to actually have a picture of what's going on in the ocean. So we developed a new device which uses AI inside to improve these characteristics, and this is a device that actually you can deploy at sea on a buoy for months or even years. It's very little affected from biofouling, which is something that happens to everything that you put at sea. And the nice part is that from a market perspective, this AI system that is embedded to compute dissolved CO2 actually computes also other characteristics of the water, like pH and salinity. And so this kind of opens up other market opportunities for a device like this, because you can use it, for example, in fish farming, in mussels farming, in crabs farming. And I'm saying this because here in Canada, these are sectors which are very active and very present. So, okay, environmental monitoring was the driver to invent this device, but actually, from a market perspective, it can be applied also in more operational situations. And we're here to see if maybe we can try and develop a POC for this device. And of course, we are looking for investment. And so if you want to invest, we're more than happy for that. And so that's it.
Pitch perfect without the slides. Thank you. Next will be TileBytes. TileBytes enhances data visualization with modular AI solution for decision-making process. Please welcome Francesco.
There's a presentation for me or not? Yes. Thank you very much. Okay, perfect. Good morning. I'm Francesco Argento, co-founder and CFO of TileBytes, an Italian company interested in maritime and terrestrial environmental intelligence. We improve environmental awareness, integrating, sharing computer solution, technologies, sensors, satellite data, predictive modeling, and much more. I have great experience in maritime environmental emergency response to ship accidents and oil spills. Our experience in maritime environmental emergency has taught us that as soon as you get information, you will be able to have success in an operation and reduce environmental damage. Before, you had to take the phone, get information from many sources. Someone tell you, no, I was in vacations, okay? And then connect the dots of all the informations to recreate, understand the situation, plan, and act in an exhausting and continuous loop. We look at the cost from the sea and realize that the real problem is called lacking environmental and territorial awareness. You must fight against the supposed lack of information, inability to act, and the inability to take responsibility. The excess of information, difficult to manage and control. TileBytes has developed an integrated, scalable, and flexible system and tools to improve environmental awareness for decision making. The first tool is Evox, a real-time web application that integrates and share any type of environmental and operational data. Georeferenced data from single or multiple monitoring stations or networks, from terrestrial or maritime environmental fixed environments, fixed or moving, satellite or related to road or ship traffic, and so on. Evox, the web application, can use the data it holds to process it with artificial intelligence, predictive modeling, or other management tools to monitor the health in our cities, for citizen science, or for the conservation of biodiversity, such as whales, or for fish or mussel farming, industrial activities, smart cities, smart ports, and more. The second tool, this is Evox with a model for the odors in Taranto from oil and gas sector. It's a project. Finally, the second tool is Tel Station, an IoT station for outdoor air monitoring for fixed or mobile points, buses, trams, trucks, drones, with the pre-processing AI. And finally, this is Tel Station. Finally, the IoT Smart Buoy, which allows simultaneous monitoring of sea and air health, provides multi-parameter, chemical, physical, acoustics, and video data. Not only that, but all of this can be integrated with the data from any IoT instrumentation. Our experience began in Italy with the Pharos Blue Economy Accelerator and led to the creation of a nowcasting system for the diffusion of other substances in urban areas from maritime activities in the oil gas sector. Today, we are involved in the Calliope project of the city of Taranto for One Health and biodiversity protection, and in the CISA project to develop a tool to understand and reduce the environmental impact of the harbor and inland logistic chain. What we are looking for here in Canada, we are looking for strategical partners to integrate our solutions, products that offer tools for terrestrial management and environmental awareness, such as software companies, public administration, and scientific research centers. Commercial partners for the distribution of our solutions, companies and investment funds that believe in our project and want to invest in our initiative. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Francesco. Now we have Todd's systems, which improve business workflow management with AI, among other things. Please welcome Todd's system and Paolo.
Good, thank you. Buongiorno a tutti, good morning to everybody. Bonjour à tous. Mi chiamo, c'è una slide, sì. Thank you. First of all, I want to thank all the team of the Chamber of Commerce and the fantastic job they did during this session of forum. And thanks so much for to put all the pieces of the puzzle together. My name is Paolo Benzi. I represent Todd System in Canada in the project development. And is an innovative startup based in close to Catanzaro in Calabria region. And they were founded in 2019. They have 14, 15 employees by main engineers, mechanical, robotics, and of course, software programming. And one of the aims of the company is to study and to improve the robotics together with the AI, of course. The main experience and the product that is ready to sell on the market, starting from Italy, of course, is the Todd robot. The TR1 is an integration between a mechanical articulated arm and an automated mobile robot on the floor. So usually we see those parts not together, and usually they are automated and the articulated robot. The so-called cobot, collaborative robot, is based on a fixed station, a fixed position, especially in the logistic industrial processes. And among other solutions, they put those parts together with original parts designed and manufactured by Todd System. So this is the Tier 1, and they are ready to launch on the market in Italy and Europe then. And of course, North America, they will come soon as they will be ready. But the topic of the forum, of course, is favoriser notre bien-être avec l'intelligence artificielle. So, well-being or bien-être, we need to understand, I think, and we think in the wider sense of the word. I mean, not only the hospital, the clinics, or the elderly residences, but even the houses. It depends by what we need. We need to put a question what we need around us and what the technology and robotics and the AI could put together help us to facilitate our life, especially when we are with disability or we are elderly. We need to talk to kindergarten, to kids. Sometimes they need, of course, to play, to learn, to educate, and other situation when we think to the hospital with kids, there are other special situation for recovering, rehabilitation. And that is the field because Todd System launched the R&D project in 2024 about the so-called HealthBot. So HealthBot is a new concept. There's other company, of course, the other group in the world, they are studying something similar. It's a big modern team where to develop those technology together. And what we need to think is robotics with autonomous guide, autonomous mobility, connection, connectivity. In this case, we need an example with a clinic or hospital. This kind of robot could not only to deliver the lunch or the supper and to take out the empty cabaret, like we can see in the airport, in the restaurant. We see much more and more this kind of technology. But ways to improve more facility and more opportunities and more applications, like, for example, to interact with the patient, with the user during the rehabilitation, especially the cognitive rehabilitation or the physical rehabilitation, in order that the robot could see by a vision system what the patient is doing, if the exercise would be fitted and complete, and will send a report to the nurse half a second, just the patient finished the exercise. So there's different needs, especially in difficult situations where AI and robotics, they could help a lot in the next future. And what is looking for? Todd System is in Quebec, especially Montreal, not because is the first choice, but is one of among the first choice of the company to look for financing, funding, of course, but they are not looking only for funding, they are looking for collaboration, partnership with different organizations in the city, in the province, and we think that the Quebec could offer a big package of collaboration with Todd, and we want to improve something better, starting to put the roots in Quebec for all the North America. So that is what we look for. If you want more information, we can reach us in the startup section. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Paolo. Last but not least, Limitless, which merges technology and AI to reinvent the future of wheelchairs. Please welcome Limitless and Alessio.
Now? Yes. So, okay, perfect. Last but not least, I hope. Today, guys, I want to give you an opportunity. The opportunity to make dream come true. The dream of 1 billion of people in wheelchair like me. And if you are thinking that the dream is to walk again, you are completely wrong, because the dream is to feel a human being like everyone. So now I'd like to ask you, think about me and look my wheelchair. Would you be proud to go around with this wheelchair, look the people from the bottom-up perspective for all the time? I don't. Neither people like me that in wheelchair say, Ale, you are right, we don't like it. So we ask basically, what do you like? What do you want? And they said, okay, we'd like to have something very transportable and lightweight as a manual wheelchair, but at the same time, we would like to have something powered that can be let you stay in stand-up position at the same eye of everyone, you know? So we ask, and what more? And they say, please, something very cool, something that doesn't looks like a medical device from hospital. So basically, me as a physiotherapist and my partner, a transportation designer, try to make everything together and do our best to create this kind of wheelchair that try to summarize all the checklists that people really want. And what we do, I don't know if the slide can come up now. Yeah, it is. So think to finally take a coffee at the same level everyone. You know, it's something very amazing for the one that cannot do it for the rest of their lives. So what we do in terms of strategy to go to market, since the unemployment rate of the people with disabilities is very high, 75%, we create a new go-to-market strategy called D2D, disabled to disabled. So the disabled will take care directly to another disabled, since he knows directly where can find disabled, but also what kind of needs a disabled has. So what we are looking for, sure, we are looking for money, partner, dealer. We are looking for, partnership, strategic partnership with maybe healthcare system here, but especially we are looking for innovator, people that want to believe in a dream like ours and remember to be always free, beautiful, and limitless. Thank you.
So there you have it, the 9 startups I've presented. We probably have a few minutes for a brief question period. Anybody that has a question to one of the startup or want to share any insight on one of the topic that was, please. Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah. Alessio.
You saw it's the first MVP, and in January we will have the first prototype, thanks to some European fund coming from the region Puglia, where we are basic too. And the plan is to come here in the North America and maybe larger a little bit our trip to come in Canada to show the device in January, the first product we have. So yes, and we will be a medical device class 1. So for free for disabled people. What is the cost of just a regular wheelchair? Do you know what is the price of a regular wheelchair, a power wheelchair? I have not. Okay. The average is 50,000, and our will be more or less 7, 8. From 7 to 8, so the half. Okay. But will be for free for disabled, so thank you.
Good question. I think we have another question here. No? Okay, just in case. Yeah. Any other questions, comments? Yes, please.
I had a question for Foray.
Foray, yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
You know, as a startup, you may need to pivot. Have you thought about, or is there a capability of pivoting the algorithm that you have to, say, perhaps utilities like hydroelectric dams and using things like that for other marketplaces, or?
Well, I didn't hear very well, but I think I understood the question. So if we can change our goal, I mean, turn our algorithm to other markets, other, I don't know, other facilities, like, I don't know. It's, okay, so far, actually, yeah, we are kind of doing this, but we are moving within the environmental field. So now we are switching to air quality, okay? Of course, it's very peculiar because all the problems I described are peculiar of the water networks and water basins. But we are now working on, explore other kind of, let's say, other kind of issues. And now moving to the air quality, we haven't tackled any other kind of, of problem yet. Maybe we will do, but I think that the answer is no.
Any other questions in the room? Insight, comments? Yeah, please.
Thank you. I had a question for Limitless, actually. I was just curious about whether the circulation is improved with your device or not, because I could tell. I mean, I have no experience with this, but I could imagine it's a little better when you're standing up. So I just wanted to know if you had done any studies on that.
You got a really good point, because we have also this kind of, let's say, research field that we need to apply, and the verticalization will improve circulation, blood circulation, as reduce the anti-bedsore, so as better performances in terms of muscular disease as well, because you can put the, let's say, the gravity inside your bones, so you will reduce osteoporosis as well. There are a lot of stuff that we would like to work on it, so yeah, sure. And it's the benefit of the verticalization per se.
Good interactions. Any others?
Can I ask IQC if they can make a further example of the application, because it's applicable to everything, but especially to what?
And we have other platforms as well. So we do end-to-end tracing of supply chains. So in the defense industry in Italy, and we also guarantee the privacy and security of the data, which was the first problem to get over. And once we get over that with the POC, then, it can be used in anything. So we go from the defense industry. We've got end-to-end tracing in Campania with the olive oil, so it's declared as a DOC. So it goes from the soil testing to the planting of the plants, to the geolocation of the fields, to when there's the harvesting of the olives, all the way up to the bottling. So it can be applied in food industry, any industry basically. So that's the problem I have actually since I've been there in July, is everybody keeps saying, oh, so I've got to try and find a focus. So that's part of also why I'm here. So if anybody can help me with that, then yeah, please do.
Large spectrum of application. This is often a challenge. I also own a startup, and you're trying to be everything to everybody sometimes, and reality brings you back to focusing. Yes, please.
Water startups, let's say water-based. So the first one was the CO2 emission device, and the other one was the buoy. I'm not pronouncing well. Buoy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering, who are their targeted customers?
Good question. Are they still in the room? Yeah, there you go. So who are the target customers?
So, as I said, I mean, the environmental market, So what we did, actually, the product is kind of dual use, not in the sense of military and civil, but it's dual use in the sense that you can use it for environmental monitoring, but you can also use it for pH and salinity monitoring in operational environments like fish farming, mussels farming. So that's a more accessible, more market and more, explicit, while the environmental one is kind of a coin toss, and you need to find the right partner interested in that. Because CO2 in itself, that's the strange part with CO2, is not so interesting, right? You cannot do much with it apart from trying to avoid to put it in the atmosphere. So the value, one opportunity has been brought out by some partners, is that actually mussels farms and other types of farms could be carbon sinks because they fix the CO2 in the shells, for example. And this could, in principle, bring to carbon credits for the farmers. But you need to prove that you are a carbon sink. And there we come, and we can prove by calculating explicitly the amount of CO2 in the farm and outside of it, that if it's lower, really you are a carbon sink, and maybe something there could be an economic value in it. Otherwise, it's difficult. Okay.
Thank you. I'm told we need to move. So thank you to all of our incredible startups for their inspiring presentation today. It has been a pleasure to see innovation, creativity, and passion that each of you bring to the table. These solutions are a testament to the power of technology to improve lives, industries, and communities. During the break, I encourage you everyone to take the opportunity to visit the startup at their respective table. This is an excellent chance to ask additional questions, dive deeper into their projects, and explore potential partnership or collaborations. So let's work together to help these visions grow into impactful realities. Thank you, everyone, for being part of this session, and enjoy the rest of the great forum. Thank you.